Every clue opener's dream is Third Age, right? It's why we see so many casket opening videos talking about Third Age being their goal. But the truth is, this is a far-fetched goal, and these openings are almost never even close to being on rate for Third Age. It's still fun to hope for the rare drops, of course. That's why we play this grindy RNG simulator anyways, isn't it? Think about it this way. The drop rate for any piece of Third Age from a Master Casket is 1 out of 13,616 per roll. There's an average of 6 reward rolls per casket, which means, on average, you need well over 2,000 Master Caskets. From Elite Clue Scrolls, Third Age is even more rare, with any piece being a rate of 1 out of 14,662, and you only get an average of 5 rolls per casket. This puts it close to 3,000 Elite Caskets for any piece of Third Age. Hard clues are actually probably the most reasonable for Third Age in respect to your time it takes to get them. Any Third Age piece is a rate of 1 out of 16,250 with an average of 5 rolls, so you should see Third Age every 3,250 caskets. It's an insane number still, but at least main accounts can buy Implings to speed this process up quite a bit. Unfortunately, I'm a filthy iron, so this number is just unrealistic. Even if I could buy them though, stocking up this many caskets is kind of dumb because you can do something like 1,000 opening at a time and make consistent videos for YouTube. Anyways, here are the 3,500 hard caskets I've stacked up so far. I've talked about the difference between guaranteed and probable collection logs in the past, and hard caskets definitely fall in the probable category. Mostly. Because each casket rolls 5 times, this is technically 17,500 rolls on the hard casket drop table, so I would be dry on any non-mega rare item if I didn't get it, because the rarest items from hard clues are the Dragonhide shields at a rate of 1 out of 9,750. But in reality, that's not how this works because of the coupon collector problem, so I cannot assume that I will finish this log. To figure this out, I could make a spreadsheet, and for each item I could do a binomial distribution formula and then just add them all up in the end. And so yeah, I'm gonna do that. I imported the drop tables onto a Google Sheet from the wiki, and I made a small binomial distribution formula. So for something like the Amulet of Glory Trimmed, it's a 1 out of 1,625 chance to get it, and I have 17,500 chances to get that item. So it brings us to a 99.997% chance to get that item. We're going to do this for every single item on the hard caskets, and then we add them up and we get an average of 132.4 collection logs from the hard clues we have stacked. We'll round this number down to 130 collection logs. Of course, that's assuming I had no prior collection logs, but currently I have 42 collection logs in the hard tier. So we're going to take those away from the 132, and we should expect 90 collection logs from this stack. Clue caskets are very volatile though, and I don't want to assume I'll get average luck. There's a website called Oldschool.gg where you can simulate clue openings. So I'm going to do 10 simulations and take the lowest assumed number between the spreadsheet and those 10 simulations. Here begins simulation number 1, and we can actually scroll down to see how many gilded and Third Age pieces we get. I won't be including these in the total count. I'll do a mega rare section towards the end because hards, elites, and masters can all give you mega rares. That's actually kind of crazy, but I guess it's a possibility. We green logged hards on the first simulation. It doesn't look like we got any Third Age, but there were 7 unique pieces of gilded, so that's something. Of the 10 simulations I did, these are the following collection log numbers for the hard caskets. This means we were pretty close to the 132 number from the spreadsheet, but I'm just going to assume that we only get 131 total collection logs, which means once we take away our 42 that we already have, we end up with 89 new collection log slots from just the hard caskets. I gathered a lot of my hard clues just from Slayer. If you care about the collection logs, pairing your clue gathering with things like Brimstone Keys only makes sense. The main thing though is just keeping on top of it so you don't have the funny feeling that you would have received a clue scroll. Besides Slayer, I think the best way that I would gather them was with a Venator bow in the wilderness. Hellhounds here drop them at a rate of 1 out of 30 with the hard combat achievements and a Ring of Wealth imbued, and you kill these guys pretty quickly. If you have a cannon, you can speed up the kills even more here. We should go back to the beginning now that I've demonstrated how I'll be calculating clues. Speaking of beginnings, here are 1000 beginner clue caskets. And I really hope I don't have to get any more, but all of you in the comments like to tell me how it took you over 1500 beginners to greenlog this section. The distribution for the beginner clues shows that I have a 99.6% chance for any individual item. The wiki list didn't include the black pickaxe, but that's okay because I already have that item. As always, we will be rounding down, so instead of 14.9 collection logs, it's just going to be 14. And besides the black pickaxe, I do have one beginner collection log slot, the sandwich lady hat. So the spreadsheet is assuming that I will get 13 collection logs from this opening. Once again, we will be running 10 simulations to test the luck here. And there's the 10th simulation complete. The 9th and 10th simulation both had one item missing at 1000 open, so we'll be sticking with the number from the spreadsheet of 13 collection logs gained here. I would never recommend actively going for beginner clues. I got 1000 beginners a long time ago just doing my AFK activities at work, going for pets, or stocking up on amethyst or Karambwans. If I kept on top of them, I would probably easily be over 2000 beginners at this point. Also, things like going for the Bryophyta Essence got me quite a few beginners as well. Moving on over to the easy clue scrolls, we have 3000 of these caskets. Each easy clue has an average of 3 rolls, so I'm getting 9,000 rolls on this clue table. The spreadsheet is giving us an average of 127 collection logs obtained. Of course, the big issue here is easy clues have the Monk Robes G at a rate of 1 out of 14,040 instead of 1,404 like most easy items. Some of the capes are a bit rare as well, at a rate of 1 out of 5,616. Funny story, before maxing years ago, I really wanted all of the master clue step items, so I was doing quite a few easy clue scrolls, and I have 73 of these collection log slots. And weirdly, I have 3 Team Cape Zeros. I never did get those flared trousers, and if I don't get them from this opening, I will be ending the stream and logging off. From the 10 easy simulations, we ended up with these numbers. None of the simulations green logged here, and the worst simulation, we only got 126 log slots. Taking that and removing the 73 logs we already have, we're going to assume that we get 53 collection logs from these 3000 easy caskets. The only way I really recommend getting easy clues on an Ironman is to thieve ham members. If your wrist gets tired, you can always move on to wealthy citizens in Varlamore, though I think they're a bit worse than ham members. I went pretty degenerate on the ham members. While thieving them, you get a few Guam and Marintels. These herbs can be used to make Guthix rests, which are pretty nice to have, and the herbs are annoying to get on an Ironman, so I just brought an herb sack to keep all of these. While doing the clues themselves, I was spam alching because this opening is going to be very big and take a lot of bank space, so I want to buy the bigger bank space option. It might not be needed with all the additional space that sailing gave us, but I'll plan on doing it anyways because I don't really want to pause the opening too much to clean out the bank. I was also on world 444 so I could take advantage of the Forestry Friends chat and go do the Ent events to collect a lot of eggs. More on that later. And I was doing a slightly inefficient method to get to the ham hideout. Instead of using the diary cape, I would always teleport to Draenor with a glory, bank anything I needed to bank like the bird's eggs, and then I would get a new glory. I want the Amulet of Eternal Glory, so using charges like this makes me feel like I am slowly making progress towards it. I really hate spam teleporting in place. For the medium clue scrolls, I admittedly didn't go as hard, and for a pretty good reason. I ended up stacking up 1500 medium clue caskets, and I didn't go much higher than this because there's a fairly decent chance I greenlog this tier at 1500. Unlike easies, hards, and elites, there aren't any absurdly rare items. 1500 mediums gives me an average of 6000 reward rolls, and with the rarest items being a 1 out of 2266, I don't feel too bad stopping at 1500. I can always get more later. Also, I hate medium clue gathering methods with a passion. The spreadsheet has us getting 113 of the 115 items, so let's check the simulation. Of the 10 trials we ran, we greenlogged the medium clues 5 times. Assuming the worst case scenario from our tests, we will end up getting 112 collection log slots. We already have 48 slots, so take those away and we are hoping to get 64 new collection log slots here. I did a lot of eclectic implings to gather my medium clues, but then I saw a devious video showing off using an alt to use goading potions and a cannon to kill harpies, and I thought all of my problems were solved. But I don't know if this method is worth it in the end. I still did it though, because I really hate getting medium clues. It is faster for medium clues, for sure, but there's an intense cost. Take this trial I did. I killed 1,000 harpies, and on average I used 2.4 death runes, 3.6 water runes, and 1.2 blood runes per kill. That may not sound like a lot, but I killed well over 100,000 harpies for 833 of these clues. So instead, it's hundreds of thousands of each rune type. That's pretty expensive, especially on an Ironman. And then on the alt side, I used over 100,000 cannonballs and a lot of goading potions. So it's expensive from both ends. The payout, though, is that you can kill about 1,850 harpies per hour, getting you about 15 medium clues. I would recommend wearing a Ring of Wealth here to automatically pick up the GP and get a few crystal keys. And finally, the Elite Clue Scrolls. These are very slow to gather on an Ironman, but still, here are 1,000 Elite Caskets. Don't ask me if I'm okay. The spreadsheet shows that I should expect 50 slots from this. Once again, I did not include any mega rares that are possible here. I'll include those later. For the time it took to gather all of these caskets, having only 5,000 reward rolls feels kind of rough. It also means the simulations will probably vary a lot more, so let's check in on that. Running through these simulations on this one, I don't see Third Age pop up very often, but it seems like there's a decent amount of gilded overall. The tuxedo pieces are the real rare thing from elites on the normal table, so those are the ones that I should get excited about when I see them. These are the following numbers we ended up with. We saw 48 collection logs in 2 of the simulation, so that's what I'll be assuming. I already have 12 elite collection logs, so I'm hoping to get 36 new collection log slots from the elite caskets. Gathering elites is kind of a pain as an Ironman. Wilderness bosses aren't too terrible. You get about 1 per hour while killing them if you wear the Ring of Wealth imbued. Honestly though, Sarachnis can't be beat. It's still about 1 elite per hour, but you also get red spider eggs, you get crystal keys, grubby keys, and hard clues. And this boss is borderline AFK. I kind of wish things like raids were competitive for elite clues because I'm getting a little tired of Sarachnis. Now on to the Master Caskets. I don't have any Master Caskets, but I will be getting them from opening all of these caskets. The only Master Clue Step requirements I don't have come from clue items, so I'm hoping in this pile of over 10,000 clue caskets, I get them all. I am on rate to get over 500 Master Clues, but in case of bad luck, I'm just going to be assuming 500 Masters. It's not a lot of Masters, and I was tempted to hold these until 1,000, but opening 500 Masters should still be a lot of fun. According to the spreadsheet, I should expect 34 collection logs from the Masters. Master Caskets are where I really need to check my expectations. I need to actively tell myself that I'm not going to get anything. Because this is the one clue tier that you can get the coolest pet in the game, the Bloodhound, and the most expensive item in the game, the Third Age Pickaxe. I am very excited to open these, but I just gotta keep my hopes tempered. No matter how long I let these simulations run, the Ring of Third Age never fills in. This is because it's from the Mimic, which only comes from Elite and Master Caskets. I should see roughly 30 Mimics from Elites and 30 from Masters, so I'll be on rate for this item, because it's a 1 out of 41 from Elites and a 1 out of 38 from Masters. But I'm just going to assume that I don't get this item. The simulations seem to agree with the spreadsheet, so I'll be assuming 34 collection logs from the Masters, and I really hope that one is the Bloodhound. I already have 6 Master collection logs, so I'm hoping to walk away with 28 new slots. Hards, Elites, and Masters all have their own Mega Rare section, and as you go up through the tiers, some of the last tier's Mega Rares are repeated. As I was running through all of the simulations, I tried to pick out the ones with the worst luck and combine them with the other tiers of the worst luck. This is my least calculated assumption, I think, but I'm just going to assume that I'm going to get 6 new collection logs from the mega rare tier. I think any more than this is being a bit too wishful, and I'm trying to temper my expectations. Last episode, we ended at 205 collection logs stored. And now with the 13 from beginners, 53 from easies, 64 from mediums, 89 from hards, 36 from elites, 28 from masters, and the 6 mega rares, we are up to 494 collection logs locked and ready to go. Just shy of the 500 goal. But like I said, clue caskets only kind of fall in the probable category of collection logs. Added earlier this year were the scroll cases. Opening enough of a certain clue tier guarantees these items, which allow you to hold more of a specific clue type. And I am far past all of the numbers for these boxes. I'm still missing 6 of these boxes, which means the clues will give me 6 guaranteed collection logs, bringing us to the 500 stored collection log goal. Oh, and I'm missing the peaceful blessing from the shared log. There's like 0% chance that I don't get this item, so 501 collection logs stored. But we can go even further. Something besides clue uniques that I'm interested in from the clues are the crystal key halves from elites and masters. On the low end, I'm expecting to get 70 complete crystal keys from the elite caskets and 40 from the master caskets. As some of you know, I have a stack of grubby keys from a previous video. I am now up to 986 grubby keys, so I should expect 58 crystal keys from these. That's a total of 168 more crystal keys from these sources. If I add those on top of the 712 I already have, I'm at a total of 880 crystal keys. Based off of a few videos and Reddit posts I've found, you get roughly 20% of the crystal keys back from the chest, so I should be opening the chest around 1,050 times. I'm just going to assume 1,000 chest openings though. I do already have the Dragonstone plate legs, so I'm only missing 4 pieces. We can do the same formula we used for the clue items, but change the numbers a bit. Each Dragonstone armor piece is a 1 out of 2,500 drop rate, and I have 1,000 chances to get it. So I have a 32.9% chance to get an individual piece. Because there are 4 pieces instead of 5, I should expect 1.32 new collection logs from the Dragonstone armor. So of course I'll just round down and assume 1 new collection log from the enhanced crystal chest. And I know that I don't have enough crystal shards right now. I was going to thieve for a day before this video just to get them, but it looks like sailing gives a ton of crystal shards, so I just want to see where I end up with crystal shards when I get 99 sailing. If it's not enough, I'll just spend a few hours thieving. It's not a big deal, and I hope you all trust me enough to do that now. We are up to 502 collection logs. Let's go a bit further. The Evil Chicken outfit. This outfit only comes from bird egg offerings. Each piece is a 1 out of 1,200 when you offer an egg, and eggs are very slow to get. When I look on YouTube, the biggest opening of these eggs that I could find was a bit over 300 eggs. So let's just look at the money shot tab finally. Over 1,670 eggs when you combine the 3 types. This tab is kind of insane, and it's crazy that it isn't even everything that I've stocked up. If you've been watching the videos before, you'll see some of the minigames and stuff don't show up in the bank. The clues are also a bit higher than I did the calculations for. I hope you understand that I'm not going to stop doing clues, but I had to have cutoffs for the calculations. And I'll keep getting eggs until the opening, but let's just call it 1,670 eggs for the calculation. That puts me at almost exactly a 75% chance for each individual piece, which means I should expect 3 collection logs here. I can also expect carpal tunnel here because you have to offer the eggs 1 by 1. There it is. That's everything. I tried to assume on the unlucky side for every single category, but there still is a chance that I get less than the 500 collection logs, which would be a huge bummer. Now, we just have to open them. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, But I would like to see at least one pet from the opening, one piece of Third Age, and maybe 4 pieces of Gilded, and then end up with the Gilded Staff of Collection. Before I open these, I need to finish the Collection Grandmaster series of alternating collection logs and combat achievements on the way to Grandmaster. There aren't many combat achievements left, and I plan on combining the perfect top one with some of the other top ones. So if you know how my series works, you know I'll be losing a couple 100 million GP. I will start streaming on Twitch on Monday, December 8th, while working on finishing up the series. The goals are get 99 sailing, get the Inquisitor plate skirt, hopefully, and then alternate collection logs and combat achievements all the way to Grandmaster. And the big opening will be on January 3rd. I picked this date because it's a weekend and hopefully people will have had time to recover from the New Year's festivities. And just to catch everybody up, I ended episode 4 of this series with a collection log. So I went and got a Doom combat achievement, Grub Patrol. I just needed to kill Doom without letting him eat the grubs. The only tricky part of this combat achievement was to not accidentally get perfect Doom. Of course, this means it's time to hunt a collection log now, and I think I'll start with the hard mode Tob where I'm still missing the Sang kit, the dust, and the pet. Actually, let's make one change to the plans here. I haven't opened a clue in years. For the opening, what I want to do is open up everything except clues and crystal keys. Then I want to open all the clues in order from the lowest tier to the highest tier, and then I would like to open the crystal chest to end it all. However, because I haven't opened a clue casket in years, I don't want to kick it off with 1,000 beginners. So I'm going to go out of my way real quick to do something. There it is, a singular master clue to start the casket opening. And just for fun, here's the spreadsheet I made when I was creating this 5-episode miniseries. Finishing up alternating collection logs and combat achievements will put me right around 1,000 collection logs. The Gilded Staff of Collection requires 1,500 logs obtained, so it's going to be close on if I get it or not. And I am curious to see how many collection logs you all think that I'll get. So, for old time's sake, let's do a giveaway question. For 15 million GP, or a bond if you prefer, how many collection logs will I end up with? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. A huge shout out to the channel members. In the Distinguished Pensman tier, we have Dakota A, Cody C, Villain's Fury, Dreamsons, Avery, Like a Wolf, Soba, YPGV2, and Hayden OP. In the right-hand pen tier, we have Timothy, Maps, Iron Snoop, Mushroom, French Fry, and finally, in the Sir Pen tier, we have Mr. Blake himself. I appreciate all of you, and once again, thank you so much.